Dear friends on this path of life, today let us explore the profound wisdom of finding just a few minutes each day to decompress, to release the burdens we carry, and to nourish our overall health and well-being. In the midst of our busy lives, where responsibilities and distractions abound, we often overlook the simple practice of slowing down and nurturing our inner landscape. Yet, it is within these precious moments of decompression that we uncover the true essence of tranquility and vitality. Let's begin in a comfortable seat. Maybe you place a block under your sit bones. Sitting up nice and tall. Just take a few breaths here, just coming into the present moment. Start to relax through the body, releasing the shoulders, the jaw, any tension you may be holding here. And we will start with a very gentle pranayama. We'll start today's practice with sama virti, equal breathing. We begin this breath by inhaling deeply through our nose and counting to a comfortable number, perhaps starting with a count of 4. And as you inhale, let your abdomen expand, filling your lungs with air. We'll pause at the top of the inhalation, pausing briefly. Hold the breath for the same count as your inhalation. Feel the fullness of the breath within you. As you exhale, exhale slowly through your nose, again counting to the same number. As you exhale, feel the release of tension and stress in your body. Pause at the bottom of your exhalation, maintaining that same count. Embrace the emptiness of the breath. Continue this cycle of inhalation, pause, exhalation, and pause for several rounds. Let the breath flow smoothly and naturally without strain. And as you breathe, maintain your awareness on the sensation of the breath. Feel the air as it enters and leaves your nostrils, creating a gentle rhythm that anchors you with the present moment. Let this be your last and final round, and then return to gentle breathing. Let's set our intention for our practice today. In the midst of today's bustling world, where life's rhythms appear to quicken without pause, we set the intention to recognize the relentless pace that surrounds us. In a landscape dominated by technology and obligations, we find ourselves caught in the perpetual whirlwind of tasks and demands. As we gracefully manage the various hats we wear as professionals, parents, caregivers, and friends, we aspire to bring our attention to a pivotal role that often fades into the background, the role of nurturing our own well-being. This sacred role, when unattended, gradually accumulates the weight of neglect, leading to emergencies of stress, weariness, even physical afflictions. With conscious intention, we seek to restore balance and harmony within ourselves. Let's begin by cracking the eyes open and then gently move into a tabletop position. You may try this posture with some blocks, so you can stack the blocks on their lowest height parallel to the front edge of your mat and place your hands on the blocks. Wrists will align with your shoulders. From here, we're going to move into our cat-cow posture. So inhale, arch your back, lift your tailbone for cow pose. And then exhale, round your spine and tuck your chin for cat. Flow between these two poses for just a few breaths. Beautiful. Start to slow it down here and come all the way into stillness. Fantastic. Let's find ourselves standing at the top of the mat for a forward fold. Maybe you bring the blocks to their highest height and place them shoulder width apart. Maybe you fold from your hips, bending your knees nice and deep, and just allow for your hands to take the blocks if that feels right for you. Make this about the spine, less about the hamstrings. And just allow the head to fall, chin to chest. Maybe you rock out the neck here, yes and no gently. Just take a couple of breaths in this posture. Imagine for a moment a small oasis of stillness amongst the chaos. This oasis is not far away. It is a gift of a few minutes each day that we intentionally set aside for decompression. Just as we give our bodies rest when we are tired, we must also allow our minds and hearts the same space to rejuvenate. Decompression is the art of unburdening ourselves from the weight of worries and finding solace in the present moment. Beautiful. Start to bend those knees nice and deep. We're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing the head to come on very last as you stand nice and tall and take your mountain pose. So from here, we're going to roll the shoulders back, open the palms to face forward. We'll feel a gentle lift through the chest as we stand tall. From here, go ahead and lift the arms all the way up. Big breath in, and then exhale, forward fold. And take the blocks here. Fantastic. Keeping the blocks where they are, maybe you send the right foot back for a high lunge, placing the blocks underneath the hands. Beautiful. And then we'll step back to our downward facing dog. You can keep the blocks right where they are and press into the blocks, sending the hips up high. Go ahead and pedal out the feet. Keep it playful, keep it light. Let the head dangle. Shake it out, yes and no. Beautiful. Start to slow it down. Keeping the hands right where they are, coming into stillness. Let's go ahead and step the left foot between the blocks. Take your time. High lunge here with the blocks for support. Fantastic. Now step that right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. Take a moment here. Good. Let's take our halfway lift. So just pressing into the blocks or the shins. Allow the spine to come nice and flat. And then exhale, forward fold. Good. And this time we'll just really gently roll up vertebrae by vertebrae until we're all the way back, standing in our mountain pose. Beautiful. We're going to do this a few more times. Nice and slow, take your time. Big breath in, arms come up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Big breath in. Let's halfway lift here, however that looks for you. And exhale, fold. Beautiful. High lunge, stepping back with the right foot. Good. Big breath here. And exhale, let's step back with that left for downward facing dog. And keep the blocks where they are. Pedal it out. Take a moment here. Make it expressive. Or maybe you're finding stillness. Maybe that's what you need today. Good, beautiful. Start to come into stillness. And then when you're ready, you're going to step that left foot in between the hands. Take your time. High lunge. Big breath in. Beautiful. And then step that right foot to meet the left. Fantastic. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. And then start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, coming back into your mountain pose. Beautiful. One last time. Big breath in, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in, halfway lift. Good. Take your block, step back with your right foot, high lunge. Fantastic. Good. Take your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pedal it out. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and sink back into a wide-legged child's pose. The hands can be out in front, active, or maybe you stack the palms underneath the forehead. Beautiful. One last deep breath here, just filling the kidney space full of breath. And exhale, start to make your way into your tabletop. And then go ahead and find a gentle seat where your legs can extend in front of you. We're going to be moving into a seated forward fold here. So keep the knees gentle. Maybe you place a block between the knees at its highest level. You can stack more than one there. And from here, we're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Maybe the arms come up overhead. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs. The block can come to the third eye. And just breathe here. If you'd like to make this more passive, you can release tension through the legs. Release the feet, release the shoulders. I love this posture. It's an extremely healing one for difficulties sleeping, anything really just unbalanced in the nervous system. So we'll stay here for a few breaths, sending the breath into the kidney space. Fantastic. Pressing the fingers into the earth, slowly Start to walk the hands back to the hips and sit up gently. Just take a moment here for your transition. Just breathe. And from here, we're going to prepare for head to knee pose. So go ahead and bring the left heel into the pubic bone. And if this is too much on the knee, you can always place a block underneath that knee. Allow for the navel to shine towards the extended leg. And we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. And then exhale, fold over that extended leg. Maybe you keep the hands stilted. And just breathe here. If you need a bit more support, you can bring a block in to support underneath the third eye, just as we did before. And just breathe into the stillness. Notice where the mind starts to go. And just bring it back to the breath when you need it. Fantastic. Start to slowly come back up to a seat. And we are going to switch out the legs. So bring that left leg long, right heel into the pubic bone. And set yourself up for success here with whatever props you may need. And then we are going to align the navel towards that extended leg. Inhale, maybe the arms come up as you lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, fold over that extended leg. A couple of breaths here. Let your breath be your anchor, gently guiding your awareness away from the chaos of the external world. As thoughts arise, and they will, acknowledge them without judgment and let them go, returning to the rhythm of your breath. This simple act of being present with your breath is a gateway to mindfulness, a state where you can find peace regardless of external circumstances. Beautiful. Slowly start to rise back up to a seat. Fantastic. Let's find butterfly pose. Clearing your mat of props. Bringing the palms of the feet together. Maybe we open the feet up like a book. So the palms of the feet would face up towards the sky. You can bring blocks underneath the knees or a rolled up blanket. And from here, we'll inhale, lengthen through the spine. And maybe you just stay here. If you want to go a bit further, start to drop the chest into the open palms of your feet. Maybe the arms spill out in front of you. Just spend some time here, just feeling, noticing, being aware of the sensations in your body and your breath. Beautiful. Start to slowly come back up to a seat. Fantastic. Come into an easy seat here. Gentle cross legs. We're going to bring the arms all the way up overhead and then take the palms behind you. So right behind the hips. From here, we're going to press the shoulders together and find some expanse through the chest. Maybe you stay here. Maybe the gaze is gently lifted. If not, set neutral, and that's okay. From here, if you want to go a step further, you can press the hips up, rolling on to the knees. Good, and when you're ready, let's sink those hips back down into the earth. Good, and then just gently release all the way back up to an easy seat. From here, we are going to find ourselves in a supported bridge. So slowly start to lower your back all the way down to the mat and take your bridge posture. Palms of the feet to the floor, knees are bent. From here, find a block. You're going to take your block on your lowest level, and as you inhale, lift your hips up to the sky, and then slide that block underneath the sacrum, closer to the tailbone than you may think. And then just release the hips down on top of this block. You may have to play with your positioning just a little bit until it feels right. Now you can stay here, or bring the palms of the feet together and let the knees fall wide. Just spend some time breathing here. If you have decided to let the knees go wide, start to bring them back to neutral, palms of the feet to the floor. And then we will practice closing off the pelvis, so just allow the knees to knock together and then walk the feet out to the outer edge of the mat. So you're creating this big triangle with the shins. And just feel the difference between that open pelvis and now this closed pelvis. As we gift ourselves these precious moments of decompression, we begin to notice a transformation within. Our stress diminishes, our mind grows clearer, and our hearts become more resilient. These few minutes of self-care infuse our days with renewed energy and a sense of calm that extends to all aspects of our lives. Let's start to come back to neutral in a supported bridge. When you're ready, make sure you're secure here, feet pressing into the earth. We'll inhale, lift the hips up, and slowly and gently remove the block from underneath the hips. And on your exhale, just allow the spine to come down to the earth vertebrae by vertebrae. From here, bring the knees into the chest and just rock from left to right, massaging through the back body and the kidney space. Maybe you bring the hands to the tops of the knees and do big circles here, just massaging through the glutes. You can switch directions whenever you like. And then we will bring the knees back up into the chest. Big hug here. And then completely release all the way down into our final rest. Maybe you take a block under each thigh at a 45-degree angle, just to release some pressure in the hips. In the rush of life's demands, remember that you are deserving of a few minutes each day to decompress. This practice is not a luxury, it's a necessity for your overall health and well-being. As you cultivate the habit of slowing down, of carving out moments of stillness, you are sowing the seeds of contentment and joy. Start to deepen the breath, wiggling fingers and toes, rocking through wrists and ankles. Maybe you rock the head from left to right. Maybe you lift the arms up over the head and stretch like a child waking from their nap. When you're ready, mindful of your props, find yourself in fetal position on either side, allowing one arm to be a pillow for the head. And just take a moment of rest here in this transition. And when you're ready, start to press the earth away, coming all the way up into a gentle seat. We'll meet with our hands stacked on heart center. May we all commit to the gift of a few minutes each day, a gift to ourselves that radiates outwards, touching the lives of those around us. And in these moments of decompression, we discover the boundless wellspring of peace that resides within us, waiting to be tapped into. Let us walk this path of intention, embracing the simple yet profound act of finding stillness amidst the whirlwind of life. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more caregiver and educator self-care practices and techniques. Thank you for watching and have a warm and wonderful rest of your day.